Good afternoon, Dr. Ashish here, and you are hearing me live. And this is also recorded as podcast and will be shared across all the podcast platforms as well as live and recorded Instagram video as well. So, Dr. Ashish from Ashish Veda Fertility, I support women going through fertility issues for over 2 years with bespoke natural solutions, including herbs and therapies. Um, and actually NLP and mindset training as well, which is out of which one topic I'm going to discuss today is why me. And all my topics are surrounding women who are trying to get pregnant, who are trying to or struggling to get pregnant and would love to have a baby as soon as possible. And before I start or get more into the question of why me, I just want to say this upfront from my side because perhaps many of you don't know, and some of you who didn't have to struggle to get pregnant may not realize this. But the journey of fertility is a journey of dreams, not just one dream, but it's a journey of hundreds and thousands of dreams, probably. And the topic around fertility is very emotional, it's very subjective because everybody's fertility journey is different. So I am taking up one emotion or one frustration, every week, and we'll talk about that and your experience around that frustration, your experience around that emotion of your personal experience. I would love you to share with me openly if you wish, or you can message me because I would love to know where you are at and how are you experiencing this feeling. And so it is something which is very raw. It is something which can trigger people. And I know when you are on a journey, and I have been through this myself, so I know it can be triggering. When we are at that position of being vulnerability, when we are very um, hurt, when, it every little thing hurts a bit more. So I apologize in advance, and I will say this every time because I am very conscious of touching this subject, and I am coming from utmost respect and humility, and how I understand it, how I would like to explain it to you, and also from my own personal experience of fertility and of life and other things that happens in life, and how we can uh, move forward. I'm not talking about moving on. How can we move forward, taking all our experiences with us? So please forgive me, pardon me if I do touch on that nerve within you, if I do offend you somehow, then do excuse me and do reach out to me. Tell me that it you didn't like. Yeah. Or you liked as well. You can share that also. Okay, so today's topic is about, this question of why me? And I hear this, I have asked this question, why me, why now? And I know that women who are struggling to get pregnant, and especially for those where it hasn't happened over a number of months and many years, not just 1 year, 2 years, but many years, this question is bound to come to you. You must have asked this at some point, why me? Why is this happening to me? Yeah. So I just want to explain a little bit when we ask that question to ourselves. Perhaps you already know, but this is for those who are not perhaps aware of when you ask this question of why me, where and what happens within yourself, and how can we change. If you do want to move beyond this question, if you're sick and tired of asking this question to yourself, and you want to move beyond this question, that then we'll talk about that, what different suggestions you can do. So I am trained in NLP, which is Neurolinguistic Programming, which is about changing your brain patterns. Yeah. So When you ask the same question every time, you have the same pathway going in your head, or what we call the neurochemical pathway, what we call the thinking or thought process pathway. It will be the same. Same question goes through the same links, and you get the same answer, you get the same result. So in order to get a different result, you have to ask a different question. Yeah. So when you're asking why me, where does that place you? Why me is a question where you yourself are putting yourself in position of a victim. It is about giving up your power to somebody out there and not yourself. It may also mean avoiding that responsibility when you are feeling real helpless and you're asking this question to yourself, why me? And you're feeling really down with it and perhaps sad and depressed. Why me? Is a question that comes from this place of being a victim, that you are helpless, you don't have that power to change things. Why is it happening to me? That is where we are when we ask this question to ourselves. And we all do. I have asked this question to myself. My fertility journey was 10 years long. And before I had my twins, and all through those years, and there were one or two critical moments when I asked, why me? Why now? I was 6 months pregnant, and then there was this scare that babies might be very, very premature at 22 weeks, if I remember correctly. And I asked myself, why now? I'm so close. Yeah. And it is bound to happen at some point, and not just only for fertility, for many other situations in life. We do ask this question, why me? But it is about putting yourself in this position of being a victim, that something is happening to you. You are not in charge of your own life, and this is somebody uh, doing it to you. Yeah. And infertility, we do understand many a times it is a journey which is out of your control. Yeah. And once you start on this journey, many of things, it's a roller coaster ride, and things keep on happening, and it seems as if you cannot control it. So that situation is there. I'm very well aware that that is there and it happens. But if you have asked this question only occasionally, um, and you have moved beyond that question, that's great. But if you are asking this question again and again to yourself, then perhaps you need a different question, so that that loop that is going on, that loop of thought going on in your mind, that can shift to a new loop. When we shift even a single thought away, we are changing that perspective. By changing a perspective, you can move on from being hopeless to be hopeful. And that's all we need in the journey of long journey of fertility for many, many millions of people. So instead of asking, why me, what could you ask? And remember, you will have to ask that every single time you ask yourself, why me? You have to ask something different. So I've got a few suggestions. You can think of some more suggestions for yourself and perhaps let me know as well. So every next time when you have this thought, why me? You could ask yourself, what now? Yeah. You are asking why me because something didn't go to plan. So you have to ask yourself, what now? What is next? What can I do differently this time? Um, where are those things which I probably missed, or we missed, or doctors missed? Uh, when would be the right time to make our next move? So instead of why me, another question, yeah, which is not putting yourself in that position. And even with other questions, if you end up then asking the same question, then change the question. Yeah. Every time you change the question, the loop changes. And with that, your perspective shifts. Even a little shift, even a shift of a degree is a shift. Yeah. So changing these questions is a way to changing your mindset. And you have to keep doing it every time you do this. So next time you ask, why me? Ask yourself, what could I do differently? Where can I look for more information? Who else could I ask for more help, more support? Um, where will I find uh, another answer? Perhaps there is something out there which I'm not aware of. And again, when you're asking these different questions, you know, what I feel is that why me? Yes, you can ask that question, and there are going to be those down times when you will ask that question. But eventually, it is going to be when you ask a different question or when you um, move out of that scenario and you make another effort to do something, is when you are going to see a result. When you are in that situation, you're asking why me, that's fine. Whatever, however long that lasts for you, you can be in that situation. Yeah. But as I said, if it is a repetitive thing, then moving and asking a different question and finding those different answers without blaming yourself. We are not talking about blame here. And even asking this question, why me, over and over and over, it is not producing a result for you. So it is not helping you to move forward. Yeah. So ask a different question, change perspective very slightly, even a little, even when it feels a struggle. Today, I can't do it. Why me? You are in that phase of feeling down. Do that, feel it, and then ask the question, okay, what's next? What can I change? What can I do differently? Where can I do things differently? Where can I find things which are done differently? Asking those questions. So, just food for thought, something for you to think about. And I do know this from patients' experiences that um, it does not come that easy. Also, when you have a certain mindset, it takes much longer to change that mindset, and that is why it has to be done day in, day out, every time, every single time you have a thought you change that thought to a different thought, to a different sentence. You can even write these different sentences. If you ask yourself quite often, why me? You can write different questions and write them where you can see them on a window or on a wall, like I have, my calendar on the wall or on the fridge, wherever you can see them, so that they become part of your conscious um, learning. And you are then changing your perspective slightly, but doing it every single time. So let me know. I would like to know your thoughts on this, your experiences. Please do share with me whether you are still going through fertility journey or you have been through one, and however that ended up for you, and if this makes any sense to you. So thank you so much, and I will see you Saturday. Bye bye.